always on fire.
You're watching GuudeBoulderfist. You're watching GuudeBoulderfist. You're watching GuudeBoulderfist.
Hello guys, welcome back. Another episode of MindCrack. As always, this is Jason, and I'm still working on this thing here. And I messed around a little bit here, but look like somebody's been here, and I'm pretty sure from the looking at it, it's got to be beef. It's got to be. Might not be. Probably is though. It's got to be. All right, that's that. So yeah, I'm kind of messing around here. This might be the last MindCrack I have a chance to record before going off to MindCon. And I was just trying glass panes and glass hole blocks. I think I like the panes, how they come together with the stairs here. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I feel like I've been building too much here recently. I'm not a builder. I'm not Bob, the builder. I've been doing a lot of building. So it is my mission that when I return for MindCon, I'm gonna get back to old Guude. They'll be building, but they'll also be the things that you guys subscribed to me for originally, which will include some caving and other things. You know, it's funny. People are always saying, I subscribe for the stories, and just the stories. And here's the thing. There's not always going to be stories because things don't always happen. You need things to happen in order for there to be stories. I've told most of my life to you guys at this point, and there's only so much a man can tell. And I'm not really sure what I'm doing right here. This part's messing me up because there's no good way to bring this together right here. Oops. Maybe if I put a glass block right there, maybe that's the thing I'm missing. Oh, and that's definitely not a glass block. Fuck, missed again. So I just got back home from flying out to be on the Shaft podcast. For those that were able to watch that, appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. Had a lot of fun. I really like those guys. You know, I mean, it's obviously not a requirement to fly out and be on their show or anything like that. And if the plane ticket wasn't so ridiculously cheap, I obviously wouldn't have done it. Last year, because it's funny, I was on their show almost a year to the date prior to this show, and I really wanted to drive down last year. It's like an 8-hour drive from my house, but you know, I consider those guys friends of mine more than anything. So it wasn't just, you know, to be on the show. It was really just to hang out with them more than anything. Okay, we'll try something different here. How does that look? Looks kind of okay in here. Let's do a little bit more of these and see if we like it. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. So that's what we're doing here. But I'm going to need more cobble, so let's just get cobble while we're doing it. Flight down there went fine. I'd actually checked to see what the flight would cost from here in Raleigh, and it wasn't cheap enough that I was going to do it. And then I realized that we were supposed to be driving down this last weekend to Charlotte to see my daughter's grandparents. I guess my mom and in-laws. Step. In the South, it's okay if you and your wife are related. So we were going down there anyways, to Charlotte, and I checked to see what the flight would cost from Charlotte to Huntsville, and it was really cheap. So that's how that all came about. Alright, now then, do I want to change? See, this whole corner here doesn't come together like I want it to, but I don't know what to do to make that happen. Let's look at this from the outside now that I've replaced those stone. Okay, yeah, that all looks very good. Very good. Very nice. That we like. We like that very much. We're very happy with this. Okay. I was reading some of the comments while I was waiting on flights here and there, and someone suggested making this back wall a leaderboard, and I like that idea a whole lot. So, yeah, we'll have to do that. I have to have like a blue side leaderboard and a red side or something like that, like blue Joust wins and red Joust wins or something. I don't know. And then over here we're also running into the same problem of not knowing what to do. I don't like that. That's gonna have to go. But yeah, so we drove down to Charlotte on Friday, not really, Saturday. No, was it Saturday? What day was it? Yeah, it was Saturday. Drove to Charlotte on Saturday, and then came back today. And I flew out on Sunday. Man, days are all mixed up. Flew out on Sunday to go to Charlotte. Or, fuck me. I should just give up now. I can't speak anymore. My life is over. No. Alright. Just try this again. I flew out Sunday to go to Huntsville. Got at Huntsville at like 10:30 in the morning. Brent picked me up from the airport. And then we went out and had lunch at Five Guys Burgers. That was one of their recommendations. Brent's actually the one that took me to Milo's, and whenever we were at Birmingham for PlayOnCon, and man, that shit was so gross. It was funny on the way down there. I told my wife, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna let Brent decide where we're gonna eat at today, because they said they'd take me out to lunch when I got there. She's like, maybe he'll take you to Milo's again. There's not a Milo's in Huntsville, though, apparently. I brought it up, and he was like, oh, there's not one here. I'm so sad about it. Oh, man. But, yeah, I got there. We did a little quick video, put it on the channel, just so you guys knew that the podcast was going to happen. And a lot of you guys showed up, and that was awesome. So, I appreciate that. I just want to mention that if you guys aren't, if you don't follow their podcast, I'd really recommend it. They're really awesome people. In general, and I highly recommend that. We already have stairs. Good. That you guys watch them and subscribe to their channel. They also do do other videos other than just the podcast too. So if you are subscribed to their channel, you're not just going to get the podcast. They do all kinds of stuff together, and it's normally very well edited. Because I think for a living, Eric does like music videos, and they have a whole big studio set up there, green screen, all that stuff, where the podcast is recorded at. And so he does video editing for a living, and not just does it, but does it really well. So you can see that in action in their episodes that they make. So yes, I would highly recommend checking those guys out, even if you don't care about the podcast. And like I said, I consider those guys friends of mine. I'm really glad I met them along the way here. So, you see that? You see that? You see it again? See it? You see that? It's tripping me out, man. I don't know what it is. I've been seeing it over here all day, and I asked Packrat. It's like, you playing with fire charges, bro? You playing with fire? Don't be playing with fire. And he says he's not, but I'll be damned, man. There's fire. There's fire, guy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why there's fire. This is gonna be the last episode where I work on this, though. This is the final episode of building the Jousting Arena. I feel like we've kind of going on a little further than I wanted to as far as Jousting Arena building is concerned. So hope you guys aren't getting too tired of it, but something I've enjoyed doing. So I want to make sure I finish this project and it doesn't turn into another spawn house. So this fire, man, it's freaking me out. Look at that. What is going on? I feel like someone's like trolling me, man. But even if it almost looks like arrows or something, but if it was arrows, you'd see the arrows landing. Holy shit, look at that. Almost feel like the torches are detaching themselves or something. Wow. Alright, let's stop looking at it. I'm starting to think maybe someone like slipped me some acid or something on the way home today. All right. I need stairs is what I need. They gotta be wood in there. I don't have enough wood. So I talked a little bit about the election last time. I said I won't talk about it a lot, but I think they talked about it in the podcast today, actually, the MindCrack podcast. But it's pretty crazy that Colorado and Washington legalized marijuana for recreational use. I was pretty shocked by that. I mean, it's something I always expected to happen in my lifetime anyways. You know, but definitely quicker than I expected. I expected more states to go with medical marijuana use first, then maybe pushing towards recreational use. And it passed by a wider mark than I expected it to pass the first time it ever passed as well. So all of these things are pretty impressive to me. I did not. I have to admit I was taken aback by this. Kind of blew my mind a little bit. But I think there's still a lot of, and again, I hate I missed a podcast that this was talked about in, because it's something that is interesting to me. I will say that in my you know, I was in high school at one time too, so yes I have it. I have inhaled at some point in my life, but you know, once you're my age, I'm old, and have a kid, then you don't. That's not really something that you can afford to do. So yeah, not able to be a pothead anymore. But that said, I think that the country is going to have to. There's going to be drug reform in the next few years, I do believe, on the federal level. For those that aren't American, this may all seem like a weird subject to begin with, especially if you live in a country that already has legalized marijuana. But in the United States, you know, obviously it's illegal on the federal level, and this is something I have to talk to Badge a lot about, because the differences between federal law and state law is something that he has maybe I should say hard time. I mean, he's not an idiot. He doesn't have a hard time wrapping his head around it, but it's something that a concept he's not used to, I should say, so much. So when I talk about it, it's different, so to speak. So whenever the federal law and the state laws contradict, you know, at any point in time, the federal government could go into one of these states and arrest people for possession of marijuana. And this has happened in California for medical marijuana distributors. You know, from what I was reading recently, there's a lot of medical marijuana distributors in California that aren't really following the laws that were set out for them, and they're being a little bit lax with the distribution that they're handling. So there's already some problems with the legalization for medical use. Plus, I'm sure that there's doctors that are shady and stuff like that, and that's always going to happen. But recreational use is a completely different thing, and not only is it legalized recreationally, it's up to an ounce, which I mean, that's kind of a lot, you know. That's more than you could smoke in a day or a few days. I mean, you could, I guess, if you really wanted to, but you don't really need to. That's a lot. So that's kind of crazy to me. But yeah, back to the whole federal thing. I think that's something that, and if you're young and this is boring you, then I understand. I'm not gonna. Maybe in a few minutes I'll yell and scream and go, "Wah!" Say something about rape. Oh yeah, federal rape. Wah! Okay, I've officially lost my fucking mind. Yes. Anyways, you know what? I think we need to do. See this right here, man. I hate you. I hate you. Let's do that. I guess. I think in the next few years we're gonna have federal laws changing to. I really don't know what they're gonna have to do. Yeah, okay, I like that better. I like that better for sure. Let's do the same thing over here. my biggest question is, and I haven't taken the time to research this yet, I'm curious about in Colorado and Washington where they stand on growing marijuana, because if I as I understand it, the whole point of this is to tax it, but marijuana is not hard to grow. It's a weed, and it's called weed for a reason. So you know what? Actually, I think yep. I did it on that side, so I need to do it on this side. So if it's legal to grow it, they're gonna have a hard time taxing it. So I think that they're gonna they're gonna need to make that still illegal. But then the problem is, see, the other reason why I think that this is a good idea is, sorry, I was just thinking, is that it cuts down on the taxes we're spending regulating this stuff, and putting people in prison, over this stuff. I think would look cool right in here is like some nether brick fence, and then let's see here. Let's change this out here with these like this, and then put nether brick fence in there. So if they're just adding new laws that restrict the growth and stuff like that, then it's just more things to regulate. And even like in California, if you have a prescription for medical marijuana, you can grow up to 2 plants, I think it is. And I don't know how that's really being regulated. I have a feeling that they're not doing the best of jobs actually regulating, to be honest. Because that's something that really would be pretty hard to keep track of. Not only that, like I have a garden, for example, that doesn't have marijuana in it, just to clarify that. Oh man, I didn't think about the fact it's going to connect itself to all of those like that. Damn it. I guess that looks okay. Yeah, it's not so bad. I wonder if I should replace... See, this smooth stone's definitely got to go. I'm just wondering if I should replace it all with these guys. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So anyways, yeah, I have a garden, and every year, whenever it comes time to replant, there's stuff already growing in the garden from the seeds from the previous year. You miss a few tomatoes here and there, then they fall off the vine, they rot. This is how the world works. So let's say you're limited to 2 plants, and you don't realize it, but a few seeds, of course, if you're doing it right, you're not getting any seeds, but let's say you're not, and a few seeds fall off here and there, and suddenly you have 6 plants. You didn't even realize it. They're the little tiny guys. Actually, you're probably hoping that they're not guys, but whatever. And now you're under arrest. So I don't know, man. It's going to be something that's going to take. And here's the thing: the government can't get anything fucking right. No one can agree on anything. And then you got people adding shit to the bill just for their state, and it's going to be a mess. It really is. And that's why we have federal law and state law. But the thing is, you can't really legalize something on a state level if it's illegal federally. You can, but then you just have these problems, and so it's going to be a mess. It really is. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. What the fuck's going on with these little torches? So yeah, I'll be interested in this just to see. I don't know. It's it's kind of scary too, because I'll admit, like whenever I was in high school, I definitely smoked a little pot every once in a while, and it makes you a little lazy, and not focused. So it's going to be something that's not legal until you're 21, but it'll probably be more readily available. Same as alcohol. I never had any trouble getting alcohol as a child, as you guys have heard from all the stories. So if I also never had any trouble getting marijuana, so I'm not really saying that by legalizing it's going to become more available. And if it's if it's regulated by the government, it'll probably be better. So that's kind of scary too, because if it's better, then you're probably going to be even more lazy because you're going to be more high. So all these things are a little scary when I think about the future for my daughter, and just how this stuff's going to affect her. But I don't know. I guess it's it's your parents' job to make sure that that type of stuff is things that you teach them about. But at the same time, I remember my dad telling me one time, because whenever he had cancer, his doctor recommended that he smoked marijuana to. I feel like every time I say marijuana, I'm getting older. Like, just call it pot or something, man. But no, seriously. I remember my dad, talking to me about marijuana. Because also whenever he had cancer, he got to where he was shaking really, really bad. I mean, his hands always shook a little bit, but it got worse whenever he was taking chemo and stuff. And I remember being 11 years old and being taught how to roll joints because he needed someone to do that for him. And so I was. And I mean, that's not something that you normally hear about 12-year-olds getting taught. But, oh, wow, that was sand. Damn it, guy. You just wasted sand. And again, this is all pack rat stuff. I saw a comment in the last episode saying that I obviously spawn stuff in. And I'd like to point out that if I spawned stuff in, my builds would, for one, get done a hell of a lot quicker. And they would look a hell of a lot better. Yeah. And I would put out more episodes because I would have the stuff and I wouldn't have to spend hours farming the stuff and getting episodes out every other day or every 4 days or whatever. So yeah, just think about that type of stuff. And I know that was just one random guy commenting, so it's not really a big deal anyways. But it just kind of, I was like, huh? What kind of logic is that? Yeah. But anyways, going back to what my dad had told me is he said, if you're ever going to smoke, wait till you're out of college. He basically said what I was saying a minute ago is how it makes you lazy, and it's fine. It's something that you do recreationally, occasionally. But if you become a pothead and you're in school, you're probably not going to do too great in school. And I hate to admit I didn't actually take his advice, but kind of wish I had. But you can't always, I don't know, do everything your parents tell you. And unfortunately, he wasn't there anymore to keep my ass in line. All right, I think missed some. I think I really like how this all looks with these smooth sandstone blocks. My next question is, should I have done some creeper blocks that I still don't remember how to make? I don't know where I'd put them if I made them, to be honest. So maybe like at the bottom, or maybe even alternating like a zigzag might look good. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? I'll leave that up to you guys. If you think I should use some of the creeper sandstone blocks, let me know, and I'll change it up. Like I said, I think this will be the last time that I record any of this, just because I feel like it's going on long enough. But I actually just had an idea thinking about these torches and stuff I'm looking at. Here it is. I don't have much of the stuff, but I could put it at the base of these like that, and then I wouldn't need these torches, and it would, I think it would look better. That's what we'll do. Oop. But yeah, there's my talk about these things and my viewpoint on them. I don't really like to talk about these type of things because I feel like some people might take it as me advocating the content of the discussion, and that's not what I'm doing at all. And I definitely don't support drug use for kids, obviously. And when I say kids, I don't just mean 10, 11, 12. I think my dad had it right. Going back to what he said, I think if you're younger, you probably should at least get out of school before you do these things. And I know, because I was in high school and middle school and so on. I know that, that's the time in your life when the stuff's readily available, and when your friends are trying the different things. And I'm all for trying different things in your life, but you're only going to get one chance at an education that's paid for by the state. Well, not by the state. I mean, we're obviously paying taxes that pay for this education, but it's not like college where you're having to pay to be there, and you're getting one chance at it, so don't screw it up. Anyways, that's old man Guude talking to the youngins. But seriously, guys. Oh man, I think I really like how this place has come together. Let's get these torches on this side and look at it real quick. And there's obviously going to be more work to be done over here, but I'm going to try not to bore you guys with it anymore. Not that I'm saying that you've been bored with it, but I feel like it's taken its toll of time. So I got a lot of stuff I have to do before Paris, man. I am in trouble. It is the 13th, and my flight leaves on the 15th. Just to give you guys an idea of when and where we are right now. Wait, no, my flight leaves on the 16th. I don't even know when and where we are. So yeah, time is very, very short. And I have a house sitter for the first time in my life. I've never had someone babysit my house. I guess it's not babysitting. It's house sitting, which I said originally. But yeah, I've never done that before. It's kind of weird. Like, hey, come live in my house for me because no one else is. But that's what we're doing. It's actually the godparent for my daughter is going to be staying here. So yeah, it's kind of weird though. But it's also I don't like no one being around the house either. So I definitely want there to be someone here, make sure everything's okay. Someone's got to feed the cats anyway, so it's not really that awkward, but still. And people have asked, where's the video for the building of the computer? Why is it not up on the internet? It's immediately because you're obviously playing on the new computer. Where could it be? It takes some time to render and edit these things, and I want to say that this video, it's good stuff, but it also is a lot of stuff, because I just set the camcorder up and I hit record, and we built a computer. And we had to drill holes in certain parts to get the water cooling tubes through certain things. And so I don't really know how long it is, but it took more than one day to do it all because we got tired and rolled it over to the next day to finish it. And I think it's like 4 hours of footage, to be honest. And as you guys know that watch the Mail Time and stuff like that, I had another friend visiting, Jordan's his name. And so him and I, while Sean was building the computer, we tried to keep you guys entertained with not only my life stories, but some of his. So you get new stories, actually, during the building of the computer. So the computer building actually part probably isn't really that exciting, because a lot of it was Sean cussing while I tried to get screws to fit in holes and stuff like that. Yeah, but you get to see all the parts, at least, for those that are interested in what was used in the computer. And I did list off the prices, and a lot of people are going to say you overspend on certain things and stuff like that. But I've already talked about how this computer should last many years, so I'm not really going to discuss that anymore. That needs something too, but I feel like I've used up the sandstone, I've used up this wood, maybe wool. But I really feel like I've used up the wool too. If I put wool in there, it's got to be something other than, it might be like brown wool to kind of replicate, or even just dirt, honestly, for the floor. But then maybe black wool for, do I have any black? There's definitely black sheep over there. I don't have any actual black wool though. Maybe I should just do TNT. No, I will not do TNT. Let's put some dirt on the floor and just see how hideous that is. Whenever I was coming back from Huntsville, I was hungry. So See, that seems okay. Let's get some black wool too. Have any shears on me? I don't. Do I have any shears? I had shears at some point. What did I do with them? So anyways, in Huntsville, before I caught my flight, which the Huntsville airport's really cool. Like, they have like parking right out front, like for people picking people up. And I've never been to another airport that has that. They always have parking decks and stuff. But I guess a lot of people don't fly in out of Huntsville, because they don't even have like multiple terminals for different airlines. It's all just like, if you're flying, these are the gates. Which, I mean, I'm cool with that. It was definitely easy to get on and off the flights. Anyways, I grabbed a sandwich to take with me on the plane, and I was like, yeah, I'll just hold it until I get on the plane, and I'll eat, because there was only like 30 minutes between takeoff and landing, because I flew from Huntsville to Atlanta and then Atlanta to Charlotte. So yeah, you take off, you're in there like 30 minutes, and then you're landing again. Snip. So save the sandwich for on the plane. Girl sits down beside me and immediately starts blowing her nose and coughing and gagging. And I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. And so I don't know. It was really, really terrible. It's just the best way to put it. I'm probably going to be sick in Paris. Hopefully not. I'm a firm believer in this stuff called airborne. I remember when it first came out, because it was made by a school teacher, actually. And I remember when it first came out, and I thought, man, it's just a gimmick, just whatever. And I tried it one time whenever I started feeling a little sick. Had a little cold coming on, and next day I felt great. All it is vitamin C, like a massive dose of vitamin C, like 1,000% of your daily value of vitamin C. Because fun fact, vitamin C is something that you actually can't overdose on. So your body won't use it all, but it'll use as much of it as it needs. So if you give it a shit ton, it will use a bunch of it. If necessary. And I don't think I get enough vitamin C as it is, because I'm allergic to citric acid, so I can't eat fruit, because my throat seals up. So it's really unfortunate, because I like fruit, but I can't eat it. Luckily, it doesn't appear my daughter is allergic. However, whenever I was her age, I didn't show any symptoms of an allergy either, but whenever I was about 4 or 5, I remember eating watermelon and my entire face breaking out in hives and having trouble breathing, and it being a big deal. But so hopefully it doesn't happen to her as well. Guess she'll find out someday. But anyways, so yeah, first thing I did when I got off the damn plane was drink some airborne, just because I really don't want it. And I bought a supply to drink one a day for the entire trip. Because man, on an airplane, that air is just circulating, and you're breathing in everyone else's whatever. It's just I don't know. Maybe I'm a germaphobe. I didn't used to be. I think it's my wife's fault. Got me all nervous about the germs or something. All right, let's see how this looks and decide if we want to go all the way with this. All the way. It looks very dark, honestly. Because it's black. Dumbass. Let me do the roof, too. Man, it looks like really dark. I kind of like it, though. I think that's what we're going with. But yeah, it was funny, because I was still trying to eat my sandwich whenever we finally did get in the air. And I would open it, because it was in like one of those like styrofoam containers. I'd open it up and get out like a little piece and start eating it, and then she'd go to like gagging and coughing and sneezing and shit, and I'd like completely cover it up and like look at her like, I fucking hate you. She had to know I was hating everything about her. But it was really weird flying somewhere and back all in one day. I've definitely never done that before. And here's a weird thing to always have in your mind. But whenever I go somewhere, and I'm going to end the episode on this. This is the last of this episode. Whenever I go somewhere and I come back home, and I use the bathroom, I always think, man, this poop originated wherever I had been. Like if I had been in Vegas, like this is Vegas shit. And that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time. Bye. I've been watching other Let's Plays over the weekend. And over the week, I guess. It was in the weekend. And I found one. It's by the guy that does the Let's Play directory on the MindCrack forums. Avidya. I don't know how you pronounce his name, his YouTube name. It's his forum name too. That guy is the calmest person I've ever heard play this game. Like, I've enjoyed watching his Let's Play series, but, and this isn't a negative thing. I felt like I was gonna fall asleep earlier when I was watching him. Like I had just ate and I was kind of like in that nap. Like nap mode already, and I was watching his most recent episode, and he's just got the most like calming, soothing voice. It's like, yeah, it's starting to get a little tired. But the series is pretty cool. Someone said that if you break the block the arrows are in, you can get them. Fuck, that hit me in the face. That worked. That was messed up. Wow, I did not know that would happen. So, pro tip, don't break the blocks that arrows are in. They might just hit you in the face. That was messed up. That wasn't cool at all. I need to find some redstone while I'm in here too. I never thought I would say I need to find some redstone because I got like a large box almost full of it at the house. But I need to find some redstone so I can make another watch. I got enough gold now.